going to tell you a little story. I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about. And since I usually draw from aspects of my own life, and every single aspect of my life is as uneventful as another, I thought I'd go for telling you a story about my love life. See, I've been looking for a girlfriend for a while, and I realised recently that I've been looking in all the wrong places. I mean, I obviously was not going to find one in my course, because I study computer science, and you know how they say there's plenty of fish in the sea? Well, computer science is like the Dead Sea of dating locations. So, what I tried going clubbing once, but I quickly realised that going to a club looking for a girlfriend is kind of like looking for a mortgage and going to wonga.com. In the way they generally say, I'm sorry, we don't offer anything that long term, but after an instant decision and a 15-minute wait, we can fuck you for up to 30 days. So I thought what I'd do is I'd look at societies. Like I'd join a society, and it was obvious I'd have to join a new society, because the only society I was part of at the time was Computer Game Society. And when they say there are plenty of fish in the sea, Computer Game Society is a lot like the extreme deep sea, where there are fish, but they've evolved physical adaptations to their environment. So I looked through the entire society list, and kind of was balancing maximal incest with a good boy-to-girl ratio, along also with being something I wasn't ashamed of doing, which immediately ruled out Panto Society. So I ended up joining Barbershop Singing Society, which was a surprise, because I also got into like the audition version of it. And like me and all of my family know that I cannot sing for the life of me. So every single rehearsal, I'm sitting there going like, any second now, someone's going to realise this is the scene that I'm playing. I'm going to be in the middle of rehearsal and someone's just going to go, he's faking, he doesn't belong here. No, but I was in Barbershop Society, and I saw this girl, you know, and we got the eye contact going on, and like we did and but the thing is, that's all we got, because like the issue with joining a singing society is that most of the time you're in it, you're singing. You don't get really much time to talk. Like even in your section, when you want to have a conversation, generally you just fit it around to the tune and rhythm of what you're singing from. It's like, oh hey, how you doing? How was that? Yeah, it was cool. He's faking! No, actually in the bass section, what we learned to do recently is because we just communicate in Morse code using our dooms. We're like doom doom dum dum doom doom dum dum. It's like, oh yeah, that was a good play. But the point, the girl. So I see girl smile. Eventually, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, a bit of a coward. It took a while before I had the courage to like walk up to her and ask her out. So I did eventually get there. But the thing is, as I was approaching her, every step that I took, my mind would come up with like a worse and worse situation for what would happen. So like step 1, she's gonna say no. Step 2, she's gonna laugh and then say no. Step 3, she's gonna say no, tell everyone else, and then everyone will laugh. Step 4, she's gonna say yes, then do step 3. So like, but eventually I got there, I was in front of her, and I was like, so would you like to go out on Thursday? And she was like, yes. Which was like, it was a massive anticlimax. It was like over in 2 seconds. My mind was like, what are you worried about? But, I say but, whereas it's more of a so. We went on our date. We went on a date, and we went to a bar, which is a good place to go on a date. The bar's good, you like it, you've got music, you can chat, you get a drink, great place. Bad place for a date? Cinema? No. Because when you go on a date, you want to talk. If you're talking at a cinema, you're doing it wrong. There are kinds of people who talk at a cinema. The least offensive are people who talk about something random. Like, they like start asking you about how your week was while you're in the cinema. But that's just because they're bored, so least offensive, even though annoying. Then one step up from that is people who shout at the screen. Like, that is just, it's annoying, but it's got some level of amusement value, so it's not the worst. The most annoying ones are the ones who ask you questions about the film you are both currently watching, as if you are some kind of film precog. But, bar, girl, date, going well. We were getting on, blah blah blah, having a pint and two, and then like I had to go to the toilet, which one has to do. But it's kind of, I think it's a bit awkward when you're in a one-to-one situation, leaving to go to the toilet. I'm not sure if it's just me, but like when you like go, excuse me, I must go to the toilet. Well, not like that. But when you're like, I must go to the toilet now. When you like leave sat alone. It's kind of awkward, but I eventually did, because you know, you have to. Went into the toilet, did my stuff, washed my hands, returned, and then sat back down. Continued the day, going well, and then disaster struck in that for dinner, because I was a flipping genius, I decided to have a bowl of soup, another bowl of soup, and a coffee, followed by several drinks. Within half an hour, I had to go to the toilet again, and going to the toilet twice without the other person having gone. That sends off a wrong message. It makes you seem like some kind of fiend. So I was like, okay, we've drank the same. Eventually she'll have to break the seal. I'll just wait. And when she goes, I'll run in quickly, do my stuff and run out, and she'll never know. 3 hours and 5 drinks later, I am sitting there chatting, but in my head I'm just going, you have a bladder of steel, woman. Eventually she gets up and goes to the toilet, and while she gets up, I have to do my quick rush to the toilet. The problem is, like, I'd love to run, but by this point, I need to go to the toilet so hard, running is no longer an option. If I run, it will jiggle, and if it jiggles, I will pee myself. So you have to do that walk of speedness where you keep everything above here at the exact same level. So I do this speed walk, and the thing is, like, it was a lot like asking the girl out. Every step I took towards the toilet, my mind came up with worse and worse situations for what could happen. I'm gonna let a little dribble out as I whip that out. Because that's a long period of time to whip. Followed by, you know, I am going to full on wet myself. Closely followed by, I'm gonna get there, pee fine, think I have a fart and shit myself. That kind of like, but eventually I get to the toilet and I pee, and literally, anticlimax, it was over in 2 seconds. Can't believe how easy it was. Get back, day continues. And I managed to actually get her to the house which I live. You know, like, I use all of my charm, every single ounce of my charm, and then some extra charm I borrowed from some friends in order to do this. we go up the stairs, and we get to my room, and you know, there's the stuff that you do, and then it gets to undressing. And the thing is, I'm a bit of a like nervous and paranoid guy when it comes to anything, and like every item of clothing I took off, I thought of a worse and worse situation of what could happen. But in the end, it was a massive anticlimax over in 2 seconds. Thanks very much.